Salutations and welcome, respected sadhakas. Yes, our 11 Vyaktitwas. Once let us remember how much we are clearing our obligations through our duty oriented life, seva oriented life. How much we are in tune with our Sanatana Dharma, its glory, its way of living as guided. Are we living it and also as a seva, serving Sanatana Dharma in its establishment and spreading? How much is the viragi in us becoming stronger? How much the bhakta is becoming ardent in us? How much the shishya is becoming sincere in us? How much the mumukshu is becoming deeper in us? And how much jignasu is becoming effortful, restless in us? So too, how much is the shrotrutva, its importance we have understood and trying our best. All in all, have we decided that we are sadhakas spiritual first, then only anything else? Then must know it has to be only through hard works done. Are we ready for that tough, hard tasks taken and done? Last but not the least, in this regard, nobody can give us prerana from outside for a long time. We have to be inspired from within. These are our 11 beautiful Vyaktitvas, focusing them consciously, developing them in us, makes the spiritual personality grow in us. We need the continuous support of Shastras. Shastras are giving, we must take. We need the continuous guidance of Gurus. Gurus are guiding, we have to take. We need the continuous protection of all the Adhisthana Devatas. They are giving it. We have to make right use of it. We need to have the blessings of Adi Parashakti Mata that we have to seek and make use of it. And we need to have continuous conscious grace of Ishvara. Ishvara is no other thing than showering the grace. We have to come out of our own lethargies, indolences, and recognize and receive that grace, make use of it. And we need the Parabrahma Krupa. What more Krupa than Parabrahmas that is already we are. We are already that. So go on contemplating on these things for more clarity. Let us continue the study of our Shwethashwathara Upanishad Sambandha Bhashyam. We have seen the Linga Purana, Shiva Dharmottara Purana quotations, which we have thoroughly studied so clearly, step by step. The Sadhya Sadhana, our Adi Shankarji referred and told us. He already told, he brought references to justify, substantiate his guidance regarding moksha sadhana. Main topic going on is karma, jnana, their roles. As we study deeply, clarities come more and more. Now, before we enter into it and proceed further with the discussion on some more questions by Purvapakshi, little later, Bhagwan Adi Shankara will be, he has used Upanishads quotation, Katha, Bradaranyaka, Chandogya, Kena, Mundaka, Ishavas. He has quoted Bhagavad Gita, so many places. He has quoted so many Puranas, Itihasa. Only one thing is left for the quotation, Brahma Sutras. Yoga Vasishta also is quoted. Hmm. Yagnivalkya Smriti also is quoted. Brahma Sutra also he will quote, which is a blessing on us that from last 5 years, so many Shastras we were studying, we never touched this. So this becomes as if an opener initiation for us as to how the Brahma Sutras are presented in us in front of us, which is a very, very tough thing. I know I can't talk on it, but literally तो कुछ तो देख सकते हैं. Correct? Before doing all that study, before our Sankalpadi, today's common sense thought for a couple of minutes. Today's thought is, for every being in the world, the inevitable, first and foremost, struggle is struggle to survive. The struggle of survival is as equal to human beings as to any of the other beings. To survive itself, there is a struggle. If that minimum struggle is not done, we can't be living on the earth itself. Inevitability. No, it's not an easy thing. How much of the time and energy it consumes. While struggling for survival, unfortunately, we being humans, not mere animals, we are not satisfied at the survival level. We want to be little more comfortable, luxurious, happy in our being survived. No, each one defines his comforts, luxuries, happiness differently. And to procure them again, it is a terrible struggle. In that struggle, successes, failures, dissatisfactions, disappointments, dejections, negotiating with them, you know, each one has the ambition or definition of happiness differently, tries to procure it in that terrible struggle. Some want money, some want bhoga, some want the power, some want name and name, some want the indulgences, some want other things. Many of us want the people to be loving to us, favorable to us. So, see the struggle of human being in trying to get all of them. I am talking all this with a sympathetic view towards all we human beings, based on what we are nowadays studying. Today, yesterday only we started that topic, in fact, the 26th Sarga of Sri Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, where as Rama is coming to the conclusion of the Vairagya Prakarana, as if summarizing the pathetic condition of all jivas, inevitable, mainly the human beings. He puts in front of it, as in front of the Gurus, and says, in such a dire situation of so many compulsions, forces, conditionings, problems, hey Guru, what I can do, what we are human beings, a mere puppets can we do? What a powerful talk it is going on, I tell you. Very sublime. It is more feeling than explanation. One can't explain in words, but one can, with a pause and conscious effort, can feel what is meant by Bhagavan Adi Shankara, sorry, Bhagavan Sri Rama in saying so. Basing on that, we are discussing. No, in this struggle again, the other struggles for you and I, the struggles of comparison, the struggles of competitions, the struggles to excel, the struggle to overtake, overpower, the struggle to prove, struggle to maintain. What a terrible thing the human strata is going on in this world. You and I are part of that. We are not just left all alone, isn't it? There's comparisons. Your own brother doing well, you can't be happy, or you want to be more than him. Your own sister has more riches, हमको भी चाहिए. Your own friend is doing well in his business, हमको लगता है we also have to. Do see worse that thing घुस जाता है in the mind. To encourage you, I'm not calling it as kida, but the thought once it comes, see the tension, see the worry, see the anxiety. Along with that, people cheating us, the bereavements, the diseases, you know, And then the expected things not happening, age is growing, you have to manage. We are putting in front of us how many struggles are there for a human being merely to survive and survive in a comfortable manner. See that young married couple nowadays, what 18 hours, 16 hours, 14 hours they struggle, work and want to get that money and stays up comfortably with an independent house or a car and some comfort. वो बेचारा उनका दिमाग जिंदगी पूरा उसमें जा रहा है. Some more fancying about the dresses or other enjoyments or money or what you call ornaments. ये भी ऐड हो गया मानो, घूमता रहते दिमाग उसी में उसी में उसी में. Every time the human beings, my life is like that. We are more struggling than animals. Animals को survival का ही problem होता है. We have survival and comfortable survival, luxurious survival. In that struggle, in that effort, how many sleepless nights, how many days without proper food, how many disturbances, distractions, how many disappointments in us. And do we have the wisdom to manage all of them and balance ourselves? How tough it is. Now, all this introduction I told to come to the main points which we are discussing now. While negotiating all this for struggle and struggle for survival and wanting to comfortable, when will that thought that other than survival and comforts, there is a life of evolution also is there. Even for this thought to enter into human beings, prosperity is different, comforts are different. In them, excelling is different. But apart from that, as such as a human being, there is a scope for him, possibility in him, necessity is in him for evolving. Even for this thought to enter into us consciously, we are conscious of it. Itself is impossible to the people, isn't it? You and I, even though are listening to Shastra from 4 years, 5 years, but as that thought came that as an individual have to evolve spiritually, वो thought ही बेचारा लोगों को आ ही नहीं सकता. It's a heavy load, Swamiji. We are not able to survive in the world, not able to gain our comforts. How can we talk to these things to you, or how can we listen these things from you? So when I look at all these human beings, today's world, so much sympathy for them, for them. And you are working too much for your too much of bhoga, comforts and all. I'm not using that language. It is true. It's one way of discussion. That's what we any day do. But we are trying to analyze their problem. ये थॉट ही नहीं आ सकता उनको इवॉल्व. देन नो द नेक्स्ट स्ट्रगल that to evolve. The first thing is patiently going to a guru and listening from him these shastras. Shastra listening itself is the heaviest of the struggle. Now I am putting it in a different way. And then what? As a human being, we have to make it a compulsory thought that we must evolve. Otherwise, at the lower level of happinesses, and within that only lot of miseries and struggles and competitions and die one day like that only. So therefore, as an Upadesha, we are discussing now. उपदेश क्या है, संदेश है. संदेश क्या है? Say some self introspection. One thing is what? The decision in us. Though no, I must evolve. I must evolve. I must evolve. And we must know the first step in evolution is to know what is the meaning of evolution. That will be known only when we study scriptures. And that studying of the scriptures is terrible effort. While negotiating all the things which we have said so far, this is what you are in mind mainly. Which are you have to take care of parents, take care of the children, Take your own care, friends, obligations, the other duties, the unexpected things that are happening. And doing all of that itself is such a heavy load on the mind. And such we also have to consistently listen to the Shastras. I really salute you people who are able to do it regularly, but remember, it is necessary. That struggle to be regular in listening to the Shastras is a necessity we have to accept for ourselves for this first step of evolution called understanding what do you mean by evolution. स्पिरिचुअलिटी का अर्थ क्या है इन इट्स कंप्लीटनेस if we want to understand what is the way other than listening and studying the Shastra. And that's why the salutations to those who are balancing and maintaining the both the things of their worldly activities inevitable and their study Shastra and gaining that knowledge, not merely coming to class. You can't gain the knowledge easily because continuously the world is there in the mind. The tensions are there, anxieties are there. गोल रिलेटेड टेंशन एंग्जाइटीज अबाउट द वर्ल्डली गोल्स हमें खुद का घर बनाना है बैंक कंपनी फैक्ट्री को एक्सपांड करना है देन द रेस्पॉन्सिबल रिलेटेड स्ट्रगल्स बच्चों का शादी कराना है ये वाला तुम लोग तो यार इतने फंसे रहते हो उसमें एंड व्हेन यू आर इन द क्लास सीटेड सिंसियरली ओनली यू बट ऑल दोज थॉट्स उसको जहाँ का वहाँ रख कर अब मैं क्लास में हूँ मुझे ये सुनना है ये देखो कैन वी डिसाइड लाइक दैट नाउ द पॉइंट इज वी मस्ट because evolution is a compulsory thing to evolve we must know knowing happens when we listen therefore though we have painted a very painful picture but still more than sympathy what we say is there should not be any alternate while going through all terrible struggles of survival and better survival if we want to be an evolutionary person we have to struggle manage somehow to be consistent in our shastra shravana adhyayana इसी जिंदगी में करना है with these comforts discomforts with these conveniences inconveniences with these amenities non amenities इसी में हमको झेलना पड़ता life is like that इट कांट बी कन्वीनियंट एज पर आवर चॉइस जो है उसी में लाइक बॉम्बे ट्रेन वालों को आप याद रखो दे हैव 4 or 5 o'clock दे हैव टू बी इन द ट्रेन अगर 4 घंटे दूर जाना है काम करने को 9 बजे दिन इवनिंग 5 दे स्टार्ट फ्रॉम इज 9 दे कम बाय द टाइम देखो कैन ईट 12 o'clock सो ही जाते सोते हो तो 4 घंटे व्हाट डू दे डू इन दोज 4 hours ऑफ ट्रेन जर्नी ओनली पेपर वहीं पढ़ते हैं सब्जियां वहीं काटते हैं वो लोग कुछ बातें करनी है वहीं कर लेते हैं इन्हीं अदर थिंग्स दे हैव टू डू in the 2 3 hours journey they do because they have no time example same way you can't wait for any conveniences that is a cheating of the mind ऐसा ही रहेगा जिंदगी आपका your husband or wife will have your the problem your parents will have problem children will give you problem or responsibility उन्हीं के बीच में ये करना है वो खत्म होने के बाद ये करेंगे सोचोगे डेफिनेटली वो खत्म होएंगे बट हमको नहीं पता नए क्या प्रॉब्लम नए क्या रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आएंगे understood instead of that while negotiating them only we are able to do our regular shravanam then only even these responsibilities are over new ones come that time also we can continue our shravanam and this is the first compulsion if we want to evolve and that's a struggle so my sympathies also same time there are no options no alternatives अपने मन को बचाते हुए उसको ले आकर शास्त्र सुनना ही पड़ेगा फर्स्ट स्ट्रगल आई एम टेलिंग नाउ कम्स द सेकंड स्ट्रगल just by listening will any growth happen we are the proof for that without giving up listening without giving up our obligations etc okay reducing our unnecessary ambitions after listening it is second or spiritual struggle that we have to do some study at home and do manana chintana. This is where we are not finding time and energy because we are not matured enough to know that we have to balance our life, protect our mind, and do this also of Manana Chintana for the clear understanding of what we have heard in the class about the Shastras, which were talking about our spiritual evolution. It means this is a terrible second struggle of you all. Totally, if you call it, is a fourth struggle. Struggle for survival, struggle for better survival, struggle to negotiate those two, and then being regular to the classes. And then fourth one, doing the homework of Manana Chintana for clear understanding. नहीं तो कभी होगा नहीं अंडरस्टैंडिंग मनन चिंतन नहीं किया तो only we come to class and with that vagueness only we go back. कोई होमवर्क कर नहीं रहे तो ज्ञान कैसा बटेगा बुद्धि में? Isn't it? The total fourth and second spiritual struggle. Mind you, after the second struggle of Manana Chintana only, when the picture becomes clearer about the goal and means, then the third struggle starts of following the means. Again, in that means, again, three things. One is you should learn the art of negotiating outer happenings in such a way that they are not too heavy that they are taking you away, your mind away from spirituality. साधना का पहला स्टेप संसार हमको ज्यादा खींचे ना अपनी तरफ. This is again one struggle, the first struggle of the third struggle. The second struggle in that third struggle is what? Most terrible wala, most difficult wala. Each of our upadhis, you call them as managing them, or controlling them, or purifying them, or mastering them. My sharira, it should be mastered by me. My energy levels I have to master. These are all parts of sadhana, compulsory sadhanas. My mind, I have to protect it. I have to purify it. I have to energize it. I have to keep it always in good humor. Then my intellect. I have to make it subtler. I have to make it sharper. I have to maintain it always in the sattva guna, in the ability of doing vicharana ityadi. ये उपाधि संबंधी struggle है. Without this you can't. That's the meaning of यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्ति आत्मनेव स्थितं यतन्तोऽपि अकृतात्मानः न एनं पश्यन्ति अचेतसः. Without managing, mastering through purification the faculties, the next and the last struggle you can't do. And the next and last struggle after this is achieved, which may take some hundreds of lives, you don't know, that we have got the sufficient preparation to focus on the truth through the meditational sittings. ध्यान के द्वारा परमात्मा को पाने वाले प्रयत्न बाद वाले. And everywhere, every step, so much of struggle for you and I with all our little energies. But then, by saying so, let us not become sympathetic and go away from the path. We should accept all these truths, realities, then inspire from within, then take the initiatives, then seeking whatever the help, blessings we can from the God and Guru. We must plunge into activity, plunge into that struggle. मरूंगा मैं लेकिन स्ट्रगल नहीं छोड़ूंगा. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. I will do. So total 2 plus 3, 5 struggles for all of us. Struggle number 1, survival struggle. Struggle number 2, better survival struggle. Struggle number 3, that evolutionary thought for evolution has come, and the first step of that is what? The Shravana regularityness. Yes, you have to manage your times like that when the class is there, you are in the class that time. With full lovingness, willingness, sincerely. Third struggle. I know I'm very sympathetic to you for this. Outside problems anyway you have, inside also. Your own mind is your enemy. All that can be easily conquered if you surrender to the Guru. And Guru told me, I am doing this. If this one thing you can achieve, all these struggles will be open, will be cleared. But that one thing is not there. ये मेरा गुरु है, I'll go and attend from him and all that. ये भावना नहीं है. तो you struggle with your own mind. कभी वो कहता है चलो क्लास में, कभी कहता है छुट्टी लो, कभी कहता है उसी टाइम दूसरा काम करो. This will continue for millions of lives if you continue it like that. It is you who have to change. It is I must realize that I have to change myself such a manner the class ke time I am in the class. This is the third struggle, first of the spiritual. Then comes the next one, second the spirituality is ability to do or finding time convenience to do the pausing manana chintana of what we have studied of Shastra. जनरल what happens? संसार का मनन चिंतन ही चलता है. Even though we have heard the Shastras, but we have not given importance to the Shastra मनन चिंतन. That's why ज्ञान आता भी नहीं हमको, संसार जाता भी नहीं हमसे. क्योंकि चिंतन उसी का हो रहा है. Do you mean to say, do you can't do the chintan of that? That is also required. But you have to segregate, you have to demarcate. You must also give time for this. You have to develop that ability. No, this 1 hour I am contemplating on my Shastra. I am not worried about anything of the world, though it is there. उसको पहले या बाद में करता हूँ. नहीं तो इधर ही रह जाएगा वो. सुन तो रहे हैं. That is you are sincere in that, but you are not understanding because मनन चिंतन नहीं हो रहा. This is the third one. Then the fourth one way, the next step is what? The actually doing the sadhana. After ये सब होने के बाद ही sadhana. Again sadhana has 3 parts. Big subject in that sadhana aspect first one is what? Knowing the limitations, unwanted things, etc. of the worldly affairs, उसको reduce करना. ये बड़ा subject है, I don't want to touch that one. Becoming observant about our involvement in the world, world's involvement in our life, what is required, what is not required, clearly knowing, only required doing, not required totally dropping away. This is one sadhana we have to do. On the name of entertainments, how much time energy we waste in so many, ये सब छोड़ना पड़ता है. वो वाला पहला साधना. Then the sadhana of mastering our faculties. That's all a big subject again, elaborated to be explained, but in different contexts we are doing. So we know you are wise enough to understand what's meant. Then the last one is of identifying with the self on the seat of meditation. उपाधियों का पूरा मास्टरी करने के बाद ही the mind intellect that we are again next struggle of giving time every day, half an hour, 1 hour, like that. I am Brahmasmi. I am the pure conscious self. I am the witness of all the upadhi. I have no relation with them. They come and go. तो ये सारा भी स्ट्रगल है, ये साधना करना पड़ता है. That maintain करना पड़ता है इस thought को for many many lives. In that only there is so much patched up or mixed up. The self from the upadhi is separated. छिलका और केला चिपका है तो छिलका निकाल के केला खाना है. At the thought level, if you don't maintain that I am the self, I have nothing to do with all of that, I cannot be reaching to the experience level of knowing that I am only a witness, they're all happening in my presence. I have nothing to do, nothing to gain or lose. After that, then who am I in that question? I am pure conscious Sachidananda. Then again a struggle to be in that. बिकॉज सारे वासनाएं तो खत्म नहीं हुए, पूरा उपाधि तो कंट्रोल में नहीं आए, बाहर के प्रारब्ध और ऋण तो पूरा चुकता नहीं हुआ जब तक एक एक अकाउंट क्लियर नहीं होता. Like a very simple example of somebody going to foreign countries, when they have to be in the flight, before the flight, how many checkings and insurings are done by those airlines, etc. चप्पा चप्पा सब हर एक चिप का छान मारते कि नहीं छानबीन. Everything we carry in our 4 NRI suitcases, हर एक चीज वो लोग चेक करके वो सर्टिफाई करेंगे that nothing is illegal or unworthy or anything. Then they check you, your own handbags, आगे पीछे दाएं बाएं, then credentials, passports, visa. Then only we are worthy to be in the flight. Then land in whatever the country. Same way. To be flying on the seat of meditation, to land in the experience of Paramatma, everything has to be clear. Our passports, the visas, the luggages we carry, we should not carry. Okay, so today's thought is very important with all the sympathy to you and congrats for those who are able to manage and suggestions to other. So there's no other way but than this. Going through all of those struggles, our own desires, our own competitions, our own disappointments, our own egos. Pathetic है human life. बट नो वे, उन्हीं में से टाइम निकाल के शास्त्र सुने. शास्त्र gives a chance for us to gain such knowledge by which all these three can be done: managing the world, managing the upadhis, managing the Paramatma. Right? Think about today's talk. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo, नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ भव एव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम हरय मोह महाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्य मोक्ष प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपराणां ज्ञान योग भक्त्यादि मोक्ष मार्गाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्त शिष्य साधक सेवक उपासकानां पूर्ण आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलनेन धर्म संस्थापन कार्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. अत आदौ श्री आद्यशंकर कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम्. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शांति मंत्र. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम अथ संबंध भाष्यम्. Friends, the Linga Purana, Shiva Dharmottara Purana have given us the crystal clear picture of sadhanas. Let us spend 3 to 5 minutes to just refresh what is said. I'll just chant the shloka, try to tell the meaning. You also try to listen to the meaning and form that sequence of sadhana, their understanding in the mind. Just to see if we are able to remember what we have studied. He says, ज्ञानाभ्यासरतो नित्यं विरक्तो हि अर्थवित् स्वयं कर्तव्यभावमुत्सृज्य ज्ञानमेवाधिगच्छति. अर्थवित् विरक्तः कर्तव्यभावम् उत्सृज्य ज्ञानाभ्यासरत. If he is so, ज्ञानमेव अधिगच्छति. So Arthavit is knowing that in knowing Paramatma alone is there is moksha. In everything else there is bondage. Therefore, virakti towards all of that. Because of which kartavya bhavam utsrujya. There is nothing for me for in the world. The kartavya, the praptavya, the gantavya, etc. Nothing to be done, nothing to be obtained, nowhere to go in the world. After that, now he is done na. अर्थवित हो गया, विरक्त हो गया, कर्तव्य भाव छोड़ दी. नो ही इज फ्री विथ हिमसेल्फ. व्हाट टू डू? ज्ञानाभ्यास रतः. Such person ज्ञानमेव अधिगम्यते. He will experience that परमात्मा तत्व. यह ज्ञानाभ्यास मीन्स तत्व ज्ञान, आत्मज्ञान, उसका अभ्यास कि आई एम ब्रह्मन, आई एम द सेल्फ, आई एम सच्चिदानंद. Very clear. So through study Shastra, no, Paramatma Prapti is the cause of moksha. Everything else is the cause of bondage. The virakti, there were no kartaveta bhavam. Therefore, totally jnana abhyasarati leading to jnana prapti. See the clarity? Same thing. If that is not done, we are varna ashram abhimani ho gaye. Then jnana हवा में छोड़ दिया. वर्णाश्रम अभिमानीयः त्यक्त्वा ज्ञानम द्विजोत्तमाः. When they get identified with varnashram, mainly the grahastha. Tvijottamaha, they give up the jnanam, then anyatra ramate. They are fully involved in reveling in everywhere other than in pursuit of Paramatma. Unko ऐसा that Bhagwan Shiva himself says कि they are all मूढ़ः अज्ञानी न अत्र संशयः. अज्ञानी because अर्थविद नहीं बना. मूढ़ because he has got कर्तव्यता बुद्धि in the world. Anyatra ramate. We have seen it at length, therefore I'm only browsing through. Now he continues, he says, when such person, it is moha and ajnana, anyatra ramate, other than Paramatma, he is involved in the other things of the world. These are the things which attack his mind. Krodhaha, bhayam, lobhaha, mohaha, vedaha, madaha, tamaha, etc., etc. The continuous disturbances in the mind, then always the struggle to differentiate distinctly, understand and do dharma and adharma. That's what was Arjuna. He was in dharma sammuda cheta. Chitta was not able to decide what is to be done, not to be done. And his mind was krodha towards Duryodhanadi, the lobha for the kingdom. All these things were there in his mind. Somehow Gita Jnana Bhavanidhi, so he came out of that. So one category of people are Arthavetu, Viraktaha, Kartavya Bhava Rahitya, then Jnana Sadhana, Jnana Prapti, Moksha. Direct, perfectly matured people doing. The other ones were they identified with not sadhakatva, but still with samsaritva. In that one or the other varna or ashrama, somewhere we are caught up. Then we have कर्तव्यता बुद्धि देर ज्ञान को छोड़ देते हैं उसी में अन्यत्र रमते. They are called mood. The important line here is jnanam tyaktva. Earlier person gave up samsara and pursuing jnanam. This person gave up the jnanam tyaktva, only anyatra ramate. They are vimudaha. Bhagavan says here, they are ajnani. Then into them only these nonsenses come. Krodha, Bhaya, Lobha, Madaha, Tamaha, Ityadi, Bhedadi. Then to him only the dharma, nirantara admixture and confusion. अधर्म को धर्म मान के करेगा, धर्म को हेवी है करके नहीं करेगा. जस्ट वाइज कलयुग में कौन धर्म करते हैं? इस दिस टाइप ऑफ मेंटालिटी he will be there along with krodha, lobha, moha ityadi. Then such person na tadvashacha tanugraha will be identified with this body because all of them are body related things. Again and again the next life also he will get a human being. No moksha to him. Human life he gets to struggle for all this again. Then once sharire sativai kleshaha identifies with the sharira, no kleshas can be avoided. This is how we degenerate, trouble ourselves. Now, Guru has to tell us sadhana. The Bhagavan Shiva himself says, therefore, saha avidyam santejet tata. Tata, because of all these reasons, one should understand that one should give up the avidya. Because from the avidya only all these problems have come. Avidya is not knowing about the existence of Paramatma, not knowing about realizing Paramatma alone is giving moksha, not knowing that any pursuit other than that is binding or bondage. Not knowing this is called avidya. Now, with vidya, remove that. He says avidyam vidya hitva. He gave up the avidya, the ignorance, delusion with avidya. What happens to him? Avidyam vidya hitva sitasya eva iha yoginaha. For a person now he has become yogi because he has removed avidya with vidya. For him only krodadhyaha nashamayanti. All the krodadi durgunas get settled. Dharma nashyataha. He just transcends the dharma and dharma minimum he is involved in. Then what happens next to him? Tatkshayacha. Because of all the removal of this, na sharirena punaha sanyujyate. Samprayajya, no more. They will be bound with the sharira tadatmya in the janma marana parampara. That's called as moksha. I tell you, this portion is so beautiful, complete. Same thing said in two shlokas summary in the Shiva Dharma Uttara Purana. Same to same. What is said here? Jnanamrutena truptasya कृतकृत्यस्य योगिनः नैवास्ति किंचित कर्तव्यम अस्ति चेत न स तत्ववित्. तो ज्ञानामृतस्य तृप्तस्य कृतकृत्यस्य योगिनः. A person who has become a yogi and a person who has become a kritakritya by becoming trupta by having jnanamrita. ज्ञानामृत पीने के कारण तृप्ति नामक कृतकृत्य पाया हुआ योगी. But all these four words are so powerful. Jnana amrita, trupta, कृतकृत्य एंड योगी. वो योगी जो अपने आप में कृतकृत्यता को पाया क्योंकि वो तृप्त हुए किससे? आत्मज्ञान के अमृत से. तो आत्मज्ञान अमृतेन तृप्तः कृतकृत्यः च योगिनः. For that yogi नैवास्ति किंचित कर्तव्यम. There is no kartavya to him at all. Asti chet nasta sattavita. If he has got any kartavyata buddhi in doing anything to gain anything else, so he has not understood tattva. He has not sufficiently done the study and manana of the shastras in which tattva is explained. उनके मन में अगर और कोई कर्तव्यता बुद्धि है तो तत्वविद बना ही नहीं. सो देयरफॉर तत्ववेत्ता को वे तत्ववेदन से पहले कर्तव्यता बुद्धि तत्व को जानने में ही होना चाहिए. फिर से पढ़ो. ज्ञानामृतस्य तृप्तस्य कृतकृत्यस्य योगिनः नैवास्ति किंचित कर्तव्यम. The one who is not Jnanamrita Trupta, the one who is not Kritakritya, he has got a Kartavya. What Kartavya? This only. First become a yogi of controlling the body, mind, senses and faculties. Second, go to the Guru and gain the Jnana and experience it. It's called Jnana Amrutapanam. Then it gives the Trupti. With that you are a Kritakritya. दिस इज अ कर्तव्य. हमको एक ही कर्तव्य रखना है, ज्ञानामृत से तृप्त होकर जीवन को कृत्य कृत्य बनाना. द वन हु इज डूइंग ओनली दिस इज कॉल्ड योगी. द वन हु इज डूइंग सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स इज ए samsari. See, these shlokas with their meaning have to enter into our heart and we should feel the meaning of it. Oh, तो मुझे योगी बनना है, not a भोगी और रोगी. एज ए योगी मुझे ज्ञानामृत से तृप्त होना है. तो ज्ञानामृत तृप्ति इज थ्री फॉर्म्स. वन गेनिंग सिद्धांत ज्ञानम, सेकंड बिकमिंग कन्विंस्ड अबाउट इट थ्रू मननम, थर्ड थ्रू मेडिटेशन एक्सपीरियंसिंग इट. तो इन दैट वे I as a yogi should become trupta through the jnana amrita. Then only there is kruta krutyata fulfillment. Oh, that means what? From here onwards, only this thing I have to focus on. Now let me reset my life's button. Let's just select and delete all unwanted outer involvements, inner entertainments, inner thoughts. अरे मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ अभी? I have to think about Paramatma. Why am I thinking about that object? I have to think about the truth. Why am I thinking about that person? I have to think about the Shastra Mahavakya, which is telling of the reality. But why these memories are coming to me? Why those past experiences are remembered? Why some funny फालतू imaginations for the future are done? मैं पागल हूँ क्या? मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ? मुझे ये नहीं करना. मुझे ज्ञानामृत से तृप्त हुआ कृतकृत्य योगी बनना है. ये मेरा लाइफ का एम्बिशन है. तो देन हाउ टू शेड्यूल माय डे, how to negotiate with compulsory things to be done in the world, how to reduce them, how to find the interest to sit on the seat of meditation and try to ponder over the jnana and try to have the pana of that jnana, then see that amrutatva of it, then the krutya. Hare, this time is wasted, this day is wasted. This again, somebody is coming, some suggestion they are doing. Why they are coming to me? Why should they come to me? What should I talk to them? Is that worthy of talking? क्या हो रहा है मेरे जिंदगी में? How come I am so बेवकूफ that I don't have control on my own life's happenings and I'm not managing my life for my ज्ञानामृतस्य तृप्तस्य कृतकृत्यस्य योगिनः. देखो, this is what is called contemplation. This is called as self responsibility. जब तक ये नहीं आता, any number of gurus coming and talking is like a भैंस के सामने बीन बजाना, बहरे के सामने शंख ध्वनि करना. It is I have to think, me jiva have to evolve, realize the self. Me jiva, identify the deha the upadi, giving value to the things and beings of the world. Then why am I entertaining the ragas? Why am I entertaining the dveshas? Why should that person's thought at all should come to me who has got nothing to do in my spiritual evolution? देखो भैया, ये जब शुरू होता है ना स्वयं का विचार करना, मानो भगवान जिंदगी हमारा स्पिरिचुअली संवार रहा है. नो अदर वे. Feel that meaning of this shloka. Jnanamrutasya truptasya कृतकृत्यश्च योगिनः नैवास्ति किंचित कर्तव्यम. Asti chet, if he has got any other kartavyam, nahi tattvavito, he has not understood the tattva of the Paramatma and therefore it should be the goal. He has not understood the tattva of the Jagat, that it is mithya, it is unreal, so I should not go for it. ये तत्व ज्ञान दोनों का इनको बंदे को नहीं हुआ. That is why there is some kartavya bhava, praप्तव्य bhava, gantavya bhava about the things of the world. But the one who has known the tattva intellectually, tattva prapti alone is kartavya for him. And tattva is I am the self, उसको अनुभव करना है by rejecting the not self. On the seat of meditation, शुरू करो, करते जाओ, the ideas आते रहेंगे. Ideas are already given, plenty. They are in the heart. But they are not used, therefore they are not coming out. When you find the need of them, they start coming out. The need is found when you sit for meditation every day. Okay. Now, this is what. Next one. Lokadvayepi kartavyam kinchidasya na vidyate ihaiva sa vimuktah syat sampurnah samadarshanaha. Lokadvayepi. This world or any coming worlds. Kartavyam kinchidasya na vidyate. For the Tattvajnani Krutakritya Purusha, there is no kartavya to be done to him. Because he's got then ihaivasa vimuktasya. Here only in this very life, through knowing the self, he has become vimukta, liberated. Therefore, sampurnaha, he has become himself fulfilled. Purna ही नहीं संपूर्ण हो गए. And samadarshanaha, sama Paramatma only, he is visualizing in himself and everywhere. Sampurnatva, samadarsanatva. The completeness and everything is that one Paramatma only. These two drishtis have come to him. Therefore, Lokadvayapi, in both worlds, there is no kartavya to him because recognizing that infinite, complete one Paramatma alone everywhere, and I am that state of experience called विमुक्ति और मोक्ष. अब मुक्ति मिलने के बाद और कहीं क्या कर्तव्य रह सकता है दसो? Nothing doing. So in this way, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, by quoting Shivadharma Uttara Puranam, by quoting Linga Puranam, by quoting Srimad Bhagavad Gita Adi, very lovingly to the Purvapakshi and to all of us, his disciples, has given the picture of how we have to negotiate our entire human life, which is a great opportunity for moksha. In that, the position of karma, position of jnana. Our main goal should be for jnanam. When we are trying for jnanam, we are not able to get it. Why? The antakarna is ashuddha. For shuddhikarna of the antakarna, whatever the swadharma karma, we have to do that. Once by being established in doing our yajna, upasana, swadharma karma, and it leads to our purity of the heart. Now we need not waste time for them. Our pursuit is only go to the Guru, listen from him, the Mahavakyas, which tell about that Tattva, and that Tattva is our own selves. Then on that Mananam Chintanam, living life only at the intellect's level, not at the mind's level anymore. Mind, in the mind, the things and beings, our authority on them, our demands from them, our attachment to them, our slavery to them, these are all the lakshanas of a not spiritual seeker. They are पक्का संसारी. झट से हमारे पूरे अंतःकरण को खींच लेना है इन सारे झंझट और संसार से. Apply it only in the vicharana of the tattva jnana, which we already 1,000 times heard from our gurus. What is the self? What is its nature? And how to achieve to that state? What are the upadhis? How to transcend them? अब इसी में लगा है हमको. Not about the outer things and projects which are delusion only, which are illusion only. सब बकवास है वो सब. Yeah, no kartavyata buddhi should be in the world. First, only kartavya is first realize the self. First, अपना मुक्ति पाओ ना. डोंट बिकम टू फिलोसॉफिकल. नो, सबके मुक्ति में मेरी मुक्ति है, सबको मिलने के बाद मैं लाइन में खड़ा रहूंगा. ये सुनने को अच्छे होते हैं, प्रैक्टिकली बकवास है वो. These are all excuses, justifications of our ego, our extrovertedness. दिमाग को गलत यूज करना है. लुकिंग एट सूडो इंटेलेक्चुअल्स, गुरु से ठीक है फिर खड़े रहो लाइन में सबको मुक्ति के बाद. You are choosing that way. What can I do? You are acting smart, intelligent. In that you are cheating yourself only. You are not becoming sadhak. अब लगे रहो. लाइक ऑटो वाले, रिक्शा वाले, है ना, बस स्टैंड वाले से कितने में आओगे? 200 रुपए. 100 में आ जाओ. नहीं, नहीं सेज नो, तो दूर तो है ही नहीं, 100 रुपये होना चाहिए. मैं दूसरे ऑटो में जाता हूँ. He goes to other auto. ये पहले ऑटो वाला gives him a signal. 200. Then he also says 200. There are 200 autos. All of them say 200. In the same way, There are 200 gurus. When you went to that first guru and did not listen to him, उनको 30 मार खान का जवाब दिया मानो कि मैं सबके मुक्ति के बाद मेरे मुक्ति के लिए कोशिश करता हूँ, तो गो टू द अदर गुरु, एक पहला गुरु उसको सिखा, ये थोड़ा दिमाग, डोंट एंटरटेन हिम। वो कहे नमस्कार भाई, तुम ही गुरु हो मेरे, मैं तुमको बोल नहीं सकता, महाज्ञानी चलो तुम, कि सबके मुक्ति के बाद अपना मुक्ति को पाओगे। तुम तो गौतम डबल बुद्धा है, वो तो एक ही बुद्धा थे, तुम तो डबल बुद्ध हो जाओ। These are all nonsense. First find your moksha. Uddhared atmanatma. Okay, with this the one discussion is over. Now इसको summarize कर रहे हैं आदिशंकर भगवान. That is his beauty, his kindness. He says कि तस्मात्, therefore, vidushaha. For a vidusha means the one who has experienced the self, and or the one who is convinced that experiencing the self alone is moksha, they were only trying for that. He is also called vidushaha, of that person. Vidushaha is the vidwan ka the sixth case. You know, case 1, 2, 3, 4, dative, ablative, accusative, nominative. तो का उनका, राम जी का, रामस्य, कृष्णस्य, राम जी का, कृष्ण का. So vidushaha means vidwan का. विदुषः तस्मात् विदुषः, विदुष को कर्तव्य अभावात्, विदुषः कर्तव्य अभावात्, विदुष को नहीं है कर्तव्य, विद्वान को, इसलिए अविद्यावद विषय एवं अयम, ये अविद्वान अविद्या में रहने वाला उनका ही ये विषय था. कौन सा? ये पूर्व पक्षी जो तुमने कोट किया था, वो कौन सा? कुर्वन्नेव यः इत्यादि कर्म नियमः. You quoted Ishavasya Upanishad and you said that it is said there that 100 years we have to desire to live and every day doing only karma करते रहे. वो वाली बात तुमने श्रुति का कोट की, वो अविद्वान के लिए है. विद्वान का ऐसा कोई कर्तव्य नहीं होता, उनका तो सिर्फ परमात्मा में रमना ही कर्तव्य है. जो पाया, जो पाने का कोशिश कर रहा है, ये है विद्वान. उनको दूसरा कोई कर्तव्य नहीं होता. अविद्वान जिनको ये नहीं पता चला कि इन आत्म प्राप्ति मोक्षा, इन ignorant fellow, he should not become more lazy. Therefore, for him Shruti said, चल कर्म कर, कुर्वन्नेव का, कम से कम. जैसे when you ask me, Swami, not able to come to class, then I say, चलो half time, दूसरे टाइम तो सुन लो आप. It is not permission, it's you compel me, therefore मुझे कहना पड़ता है. Then you say मैं 3 दिन नहीं आऊंगा, 5 दिन नहीं आऊंगा, आऊंगा ही नहीं, अब मैं करूं क्या? In the same way, those who are not able to pursue Paramatma Tattva, they should at least purify their heart, survive themselves, should not become dependent on others, should not go by wrong channels. Keeping all that in view, that person is told, Karmani kurvani eva jijivishet. Not for Vidwan. विद्वान का कर्तव्य केवल परमात्मा को पाने में है, कहीं भी उनकी कर्तव्य बुद्धि नहीं है. Now the next thing, no, what Shankara Bhagavan says, a little sublime. थोड़ा हेवी डोज वाला, वो तो तगड़ा वहाँ थप्पड़ मारते हैं वहाँ पूर्व पक्षी को. अरे बेवकूफ, you said that this particular shloka is telling about karma to be done. श्रुति माता ने कर्म करने को कहा. अरे ये तो विद्वान का ही महिमा को गाने को कहा है कि the one who becomes vidwan, he may do karma throughout life. Even that karma can be papa or punya, it will not touch him. With that tone or sense, Shruti Mata told, giving him full freedom, बेटा तू जिंदगी भर अब कर्म कर, ना पुण्य लगेगा तुमको, ना पाप लगेगा, क्योंकि you are already become विद्वान. So विद्वान का महिमा गुणगान गाते हुए उनको फ्रीडम, लाइक कोई भारत रत्न. तो ही इज ए ज्वेल ऑफ इंडिया, डायमंड प्रेशस. तो इसलिए रिकॉग्नाइजिंग हिज कंट्रीब्यूशन, द गवर्नमेंट गिव्स हिम फ्रीडम इन सो मेनी थिंग्स. These many trips in flight per annum he can go, per annum, per month, this much of the stipend or money he gets, and these are the respects, reverences or invitations उनके लिए परमानेंट होते हैं. भारत रत्न मतलब उनको दे दिया बस, ऐसे चाह रहे सहूलियत। इन द सेम वे विद्वान बन गया ना, तुमको अब अप्रिशिएट करते हुए लाइसेंस दे रहे, कुर्वन्नेव कर्माणि जीविषेत्, अब करते जा कर्म 100 साल जीते जीते, स्टिल यू विल नॉट बी बाउंड। व्हाई? बिकॉज यू आर इन द तत्वज्ञान ऑलरेडी। देखो यहाँ तत्वज्ञान को छोड़कर कर्म करने का विधि नहीं बताया, तत्वज्ञानी को बता रहे कि तुम बन गए अभी तत्वज्ञानी, कुछ भी टच नहीं करेगा तुमको, अब गो ऑन सर्विंग द वर्ल्ड, कुर्वन्नेव कर्म। Being in the world again is a test for you, whether you are established in the self or you are carried away. Now see the interpretation of भगवान शंकरा। गुरु पक्षी कहता है ज्ञान को छोड़ के कर्म में फंसे रहो, दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट श्लोक। सिद्धांति प्रूव्स नो नो, ये विद्वान जिनको परमात्मा मिल गया उनको लाइसेंस दिया जा रहा है, तो कर्म कर लेकिन फंसेगा नहीं। बट उसके पहले कर्तव्यता बुद्धि इज ओनली इन knowing Paramatma. He is a Vidwan. If anybody takes Kartavya Buddhi in any other achievements and doing, he is Mudaha, he is in the Avidya. Ignorant, deluded fellow. Those 2-3 things will come, followed by some more discussion. Bhagavan Adi Shankara touches little gradation of the depth of the thought increases. Let us enjoy this one repeating, and tomorrow little more. ओम 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे। ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु।